Since its founding, Israel has been committed to a vision of a society of equal opportunity. Our Declaration of Independence guarantees equal rights for all citizens, regardless of gender, ethnicity, or religion. In a region of instability and violence, I am so proud to stand here as a woman, as a mother of 2 young daughters, as the daughter myself of immigrants from Libya and Yemen, representing the State of Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last decade, we have been witnessing a notorious global campaign against the State of Israel, known as BDS. It is but the newest weapon in a decades-old effort to eliminate Israel and deny the Jewish people their right to self-determination. For years, those who wanted to destroy Israel first tried wars and failed. They tried terrorism and failed. And now they have tried another method, which was also used in the past: anti-Israel boycotts. For decades, starting in the 1950s, Arab countries boycotted Israel. Any company that sold product to Israel could not sell product to Arab states. So, this is not new. We thought these demons of the past were gone. Let me be clear. The aim of this movement is not the two-state solution or any peaceful solution. It seeks to undermine Israel's rights to exist as the homeland of the Jewish people. That's what this conflict has been about since Israel was created in 1948, and that is what it remains about today. The method has changed. Today, the BDS movement seeks to destroy Israel's image in the eye of the world. If you say a lie enough times, people will believe it. Yet, as hundreds of thousands of people are being killed in Syria, including some by chemical attack, as Yemen is being ripped apart by outside forces, these self-styled advocates of human rights are silent. We don't see movement to boycott parties to these conflicts. But Israel, the only democracy in the Middle East, is singled out for boycott. The leaders of the BDS movements do not care that their boycott actually hurt the Palestinians too. Thousands of Palestinians work in Israeli factories or jointly owned businesses and face job loss as a result of this boycott. This is simply of no interest to the heads of the BDS and their supporters. The voices of BDS are the voices of hatred and bigotry. These are the voices of demonization. They echo the voices of demons of the past. This discriminatory campaign may have new name, but is the same old poison of the past. Make no mistakes. Every country has its faults. It is legitimate to disagree with some of Israel's policies, but to single out Israel and to hold it to a different standard than any other nation in the world is anti-Semitic. It is anti-human rights and anti-peace. I know I speak for my colleagues when I say that there is no opposition and coalition on this issue in Israel, and you can see both of my friends are here, from the Labour Party and from the Likud Party. So let us be honest and call out the BDS movement for what it is, the latest evolution of the effort to wipe Israel off the map. But they will not succeed. And why? Because Israel is so strong, and Israel always seeks to share its know-how with the world, including right here in Europe. Our wealth, our treasure, is our human intellect. This is our gift, and this is our future. Israel stands at the forefront of advances in high-tech, in advanced technology, in medical discoveries, which have improved the lives of so many people in Israel, in Europe, and all over the world. I don't think that this leader of the BDS can boycott themselves from all the innovation of the Israelis. Indeed, the World Economic Forum has recently named Israel #2 country in the world for innovation. The amazing innovations coming out of Israel are making the world a better place. My vision as a Minister for Social Equality is a society that does not leave anyone behind. And that means all parts of our society. In today's digital world, geographic distance is no longer an excuse for inequality. It is my vision for reduced social gaps and afford one and all equal opportunities, regardless of gender, ethnicity, and religion. Ladies and gentlemen, just as the conflict will not be resolved by the decades-old tactics of boycotting Israel, lasting peace will only be achieved through education. Everything begins with an education towards peace. Shalom, or peace, or salam, is the first word our children learn in school in Israel. Tragically, all too often, Palestinian children are incited to hatred, to violence, and even to murder. It is well known that Hamas incited to kill, but this incitement all too often is coming not just from Hamas, but from the Palestinian authorities. Most Europeans are unaware or intentionally blind themselves to the extent of Palestinian incitement to violence and where it is coming from. It is not on the news in Europe, it is not in newspaper here, it doesn't receive coverage on TV. It simply isn't politically correct to say that the Palestinian Authority, yes, the Palestinian Authority of Mahmoud Abbas, name streets, name squares after the worst Palestinian killers of Jewish men, women, and children. They give money to the families of suicide bombers. This is incitement to kill, pure and simple. Just as we will not achieve a resolution to the conflict through an immoral boycott, we will never get to peace without education towards peace, these little kids. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in difficult times. The threat of radical Islamic terrorism should unite, must unite, the Western world. The same terrorism that brought death to the streets of Israel for years is now targeting the streets of Europe. Just like there should be no double standard in singling out one country for boycott, there must be no double standard when it comes to terrorism. The killing of civilians is terrorism, period. There can be no excuses. As I told the UN Security Council, the world all too often loses its voice when it comes to terrorism against Israel. We must say in a loud, clear voice, we condemn and will fight against terrorism anywhere, everywhere. There is no difference between the targeting of innocents, whether here in Brussels, Paris, Istanbul, or Jerusalem. Israel, which stands on the forefront lines on this war, is ready and willing to cooperate and partner with you in this battle of our time. At the same time, I call upon you, my colleagues of the EU and the European Parliament, to send out a loud and clear message against any boycott of Israel, just like countries represented here, including the UK and Germany, have individually done already. In conclusion, as a Minister for Social Equality, I believe that women are powerful agents of moderation, particularly in the face of extremism. As leaders and decision makers, we can be a stabilizing force, especially in this region of the world. Women are untapped potential for more peaceful societies. It is an honor to be part of a society where we champion the empowerment of women and gender equality, where we have women Golda Meir, who served as a Prime Minister, where a woman is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court for the second time now, where women serve in the top business roles, and where an Arab parliamentarian is the chairperson of the Committee for the Advancement of the Status of all the women in the Parliament of Israel. This is my Israel. And you are more than welcome to visit Israel and to see it with your own eyes. I'm sure that after that we can cooperate.